The super special contest of Rainbow Vision ended up being predictable and petered out at the very end, leaving a bad taste in a lot of fans' mouths. So bad, in fact, that there was an entire other season of Rainbow High and I didn't even realize it. I guess that's what happens when they make all their thumbnails look exactly the same. Wow, another contest? Project Rainbow. Oh, like Project Runway. Okay, that's kinda cute. I'm not immediately going to crap on it. Now we get to personally introduce each character that did and didn't get enough time in the last season. We gotta walk into this assuming they won't juggle all the characters all too well.
Along with each getting a personalized, state-of-the-art Project Rainbow sewing machine.
I think the funniest thing they could do is have someone not know how to use a sewing machine, like as a callback to RuPaul contestants somehow not knowing how to sew, and she just slaps everything together with hot glue and hope. I'm going to be frank. Is the contest fun? Sure, but I got into this show because I like the social aspect of the show. Like, they're in a school. The high school setting trope works well because it's a maelstrom for drama and growth, and we're not leaning into it, and instead doing this instead. I thought this was called Rainbow High.
Some Shadow High School spirit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
wasn't done.
The first contest starts, and they do a good job at replicating the butting of heads that happens in the beginning of team building contests. They really made it feel like there's a cacophony of different opinions and pushback from the people in power. If they're going to deliver on the TV show contest thing, then I hope they did a solid job taking notes on how these shows unfold.
You may have noticed there were no judges watching the runway walk with me. And that's because this week's judges are you.
Yup, my jaw dropped. Like, literally. That's a solid twist for episode 1. I'm slowly developing a lot of hope for this season. Dia gets eliminated, and they don't do the 180 of, oh, it was a learning opportunity. She's actually gone. Yes.
I know accessories are not the preference of this team, but it's feeling a little blah.
Okay, now they're just making up crap to make them feel bad. Designing a shoe in 24 hours? That's a solid heel.
It's basically a few bangles and some heels.
They needed to make an accessory in 24 hours. What were you expecting? You know what? Okay, this is actually perfect. You know how a lot of judges in a lot of these contests, whenever they make a decision, it sometimes feels ridiculous, or like there's a very obvious winner that should win, but the judges say, oh no, they're not winning because we say so, and it's like, why? It's like they come up with any reason whatsoever to not like something. I am going to say that this is just the intention behind the writing. Like, this was just the writers trying to mimic that sort of absolute frustration that we sometimes feel in these judges' decisions.
Our design and execution of the accessories aren't necessarily the problem. It's that they don't perfect an outfit because we don't have an outfit. How about something like this?
Time to break out the hot glue gun. This is where we're getting to ridiculous levels of ridiculous. Then this guy just volunteers to leave, so a less than interesting second episode. Something that kind of infuriates me is that we have the original cast making guest appearances that sometimes helps out the teams. Violet is back, yay, but why can't we have them actually part of the team? Even if it's not the full cast, at least one of them being in the game would be nice. They want to showcase all these new characters that we lose interest. Having them be guests so that they show us they aren't forgotten was a smart compromise, I'll give you that. I'm just still wanting. Oh, remember that character that's like based off of Novi Stars? Yeah, no, she's eliminated early on, so that in itself stings. Here's the fundamental flaw with doing a game show idea for Rainbow High. The problem is that game shows need a full allotment of time in order for us to get to know the characters. The appeal of the game show is having the audience develop an attachment to certain contestants. That way we personally root for someone and have an investment in the show. Rainbow High is only 7 minutes an episode. We focus so heavily on the competition and the short-term problem that we don't have time to really make the interactions with each person show The same problem of none of the characters being super rounded holds true, when in season 1 and 2, that wasn't a problem whatsoever, and I'm just baffled at why they decided to make this change. The Project Runway parody is a really good idea, but at a heavy sacrifice. Very quickly, they make it to where there's a very obvious loser of the show, like just a ridiculous idea that in no way works, so that there's no thinking about who deserves to lose, which really goes against the point. We're supposed to be happy and upset at the decisions of the judges. This is a cop-out for the writers. There is nothing to react to. We, as an audience, should be bickering back and forth on whether or not someone deserved to leave. Upset, especially in game shows, is just par for the course, and that should be expected. The writers almost seem afraid for there to be any sort of upset for the audience. And in turn, what they're really doing in the end is making a boring episode for us to watch. You know what I think would have been a smart idea for this? If they added a character that was a cosplayer. It'd work great for a quick turnaround challenge like these, and cosplay has been growing in popularity, so it'd be relatable to the current audience. Feel free to steal that idea, MGA.
I love the jewel mail, but I'm concerned the overall look is a little costumey. Make sure it says runway.
Wow. The fact that was said immediately after writing this kinda hurts. Let me know in the comments if you think the cosplay idea is a good idea or not. Now I'm on the fence. It takes until episode 7 for us to actually get the proper drama they said they'd give us, that being Glitch intentionally trying to sabotage Rainbow High's team, which this feels obvious, and I'm happy we're seeing it. It's just, I feel like this would have happened a lot earlier. Either an episode is good or it's bland, and there's not really any in between.
But now, everyone is going to have to pack their bags because you're all going to Malibu.
You know, I wish more actual game shows would do this. Sometimes it gets really boring seeing the same set every single episode.
Got it, a starfish! What is a starfish anyway? I'm pretty sure it's not a fish.
Actually, marine biologists are trying to normalize calling them sea stars because of this problem, and the same thing with jellyfish into calling them sea jellies. We learned that at the Seattle Aquarium. With Rainbow Vision, even though it wasn't so great, they did a lot of work trying to make sure there was a proper amount of behind-the-scenes discourse, like Ainsley switching to Shadow High. There's literally none of that in Project Rainbow. I almost don't feel bad not covering this season as it was releasing.
I promised you a fantastic guest. Pacific Coast High Zone, Finn Rosado.
Ha! It's like they just walked into Pacific High and shouted, "Does anyone want to be on the show?" Like, Pacific High was so shoehorned, it's embarrassing.
And that person is Carla. You agreed to an idea you didn't like simply because you were too tired to put in the extra effort.
Even when it comes to the reasoning of who needs to leave the show, it feels like a cop-out sometimes. It almost feels like they're trying to keep the only boy left in the show, even though boy dolls don't sell too well. They gotta keep the last one in for the sake of, I don't know, you need the token boy character.
Twice as many to choose from, but choose wisely. Strategy is becoming more and more a part of the game.
It's literally never been part of this game. So this is supposed to be a school event? They didn't actually explain what this contest is in context of their world. Like, they talk about how they have to juggle this contest and their homework. So it makes me believe this is just some contest that isn't part of the school. They just said, hey, contest time, and there isn't any preamble. And then, because they realize they have way too many characters, they eliminate 5 contestants in one go. So, for the semifinal, they need to design a prom dress for the opposite school, and Skylar meant to make a gradient or ombre effect and messed up the dye process. And so Skylar is so upset, she's in hysterics and runs off the set. And they're all like, is Skylar leaving the contest? And all she does is rip up some tickets to free herself from her past. And then she comes back. Not only was that fake out not even engaging, the twist was even worse. Like, that was such a hollow act that it means nothing. Oh dang, it's a tearaway skirt. That's like the easiest method to get a win. Chanel and Ainsley are in the finals. I'm betting Ainsley is going to win just because she's the closest to being a main character in this whole show. Also, Avery is eliminated, which only doubly makes me feel like Ainsley will win.
Follow up to the big Project Rainbow win.
Let's go big on the makeup look. Dramatic cat eyes and serious sparkle.
Wait, has Jade been doing the makeup for this whole contest? How is she not exhausted? They needed to design the crown that the winner is going to wear, and Ainsley lost. Wow, okay, well, I'm glad they're keeping me on my feet.
For your final challenge, you'll be making a 3-outfit collection.
That was plausible when it was a team, but now?
Each finalist gets to choose 2 eliminated designers to help them create their collections.
Ah, okay then.
I won't be judging the finals. The former teammates you didn't pick will.
I mean, you kind of already did that. This whole thing feels like a filler season. Does anything significant change with the characters? No. Does this tie in to the bigger world around them? Also no. Heck, now a lot of this show is just them working. Like, brainstorming the designs is one thing, but this is how they're finishing up the season. It's a lot of nothing. How they managed to take a solid idea and then just make it blasé is a little infuriating. Do they even care about this show anymore? What are they even trying to do with Rainbow High at this point? They try to create some concern with the fire sprinklers turning on and ruining Skylar's clothes, and suddenly needing to rethink her design and tie it back to the ombre thing from earlier in this season, except they don't actually. So because Skylar had to do a quick fix, and of course the transforming clothes are gonna win, and then she literally just draws on it. Like, is that functional? You can draw on any clothes. That shouldn't win. Oh, and somehow the winner has to be voted on unanimously as one final twist, which is ridiculous and doesn't add anything to the show whatsoever. So surprise, Skylar wins. The ending twist kinda doesn't really make sense. The twist is, wow, the design can be removed. How is that appealing? Now, only was this whole season a bunch of nothing, the ending was ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. What's the point of making a show if you're not gonna put any work into it? Does this sort of show really add anything to the brand? Is this really enhancing the experience of going out and collecting the dolls? I would argue it doesn't. All the soul from this show has been largely removed. I'm assuming the sales of the dolls are strong enough to where the quality of the show is just like an afterthought. Kinda like, and I was watching one of Jack Kuso's video, kinda like how in 2018 they rebooted Bakugan, and the game designers did a really good job with the game, and then the higher-ups just kinda ignored them. I know this is not the audience who probably knows anything about Bakugan, but I'm just saying, all of that annoyed me too. They were just so focused on toy sales that we couldn't actually play the frickin' game. And so did we go out and get some dolls? Of course we did.
These bitches.
The whole finale was just to sell this product where you can draw on it. Oh, you can put it in the water and it changes color. So it's just,
Are we getting one of them?
no.
Oh.
Maybe it's $30. I guess we should. I'm just not happy about it. I still think Ruby's outfit is so cool.
I do like how you could, in the show, Sunny was like putting her arms into the umbrella part of the dress. I would too. I would just hold my arms right there.
Okay, well now this makes more sense because of the show. I kept seeing them as a pair and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cute. It's literally like the one of the outfits of the trials. So like smart, but also I think it's just eh.
Oh, these are all their outfits.
Yeah, like Jade's outfit is, I like Jade the most. I don't care much for her outfit, especially how it like looks so plasticky. Mm-hmm. It did not translate that well to a doll. I'm going to change her to her street clothes if I get her. The selection is really...
See? Okay, I knew it. There's more than one makeup girl. Cosmetology focus. Why was Jade the only one doing makeup? I think she was overworked and needed to be compensated financially, just like I do.
Berry Skies. Is she new? I don't remember seeing her in season 4. Cause like, it looks so dumb. But also, I love how bad it is.
She's like that girl that's like, get dressed with me, and then she glues stuffed animals to herself.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's her. They're so cute.
Oh, it's her.
It's Berry.
That's so, wow, that's cool.
I got the gamer one. Oh, we gotta get the gamer. You want the hacker one and the gamer one? Oh man.
No, these two aren't dating. These two are dating.
But
Just
do you
because she's
explain that?
famous doesn't mean they're dating. What, you think you're dating Taylor Swift?
I wish.
I've never been more offended in my life.
You do too, though, sometimes.
No, I don't.
No, I don't wish I was dating anyone else.
No, I don't believe you. He had such a predominant role. Oh, this is the junior high version. Is there not like a regular doll for Avery?
I was looking for her.
Yeah. Kim, no, I don't remember seeing much of her. Aiden was eliminated like episode 2. Oh, they have a screenshot of the frickin' show. They didn't even do original artwork for like how they did with this. They did a screenshot. It's ew. I like these. Okay, I like how they add like the concept design sketches in these ones because like that's so smart. That's so cool. Look at that. It makes it feel like they actually like, sat down and did some work. Like that, $35, 2 outfits. That's good. They did a good job. Kylie Jenner doll. Okay, here's the thing that.
And the I know where were you? Call me.
So this absolutely frustrates me. It looks like she took this picture from her like bathroom. It looks like she put no effort into it. It's terrible, and I hate it. If I were getting something like this for Christmas or a birthday, I'd be much more happy with one of these than I would be with the one that costs only $5 less. Obvious change in quality. I mean, I guess one's more of a play, or there's more play you get out of this one. Wait, there's two different characters. I didn't know you get 2. What? Wait, are they not actually like a character and it's just, is there a name?
No.
There's not a name?
No.
Ah yes, Faceless Entity 1 and Faceless Entity 2. Wake me up inside, I can't wake up. Me, Lano. You, not Lano. Good to meet you again, Mr. Bradman. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Good to meet you also, Mrs. Bradman. Ginger, I found you. I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Bradman. I found your child just over there.
Oh, we were so worried. Thank you so much for saving him.
Beholdify, the Rainbow High Color and Create doll. The appeal is that you can design it, rinse it, and you can draw on it more. So like, is the ink in the pens? What is the kind of ink in the pens? This is now one of those times when, like, I always saw Rainbow High as a fashion doll line. Like, it's always a little bit more expensive because it is fashion dolls. This is the one time when it feels like a toy. Is that wrong? Technically, no. Are they still technically toys, even if they are fashion dolls? Yes, but also, like, I feel like this is like the weird in-between of, like, if you have action figures versus like $60 to $100 anime figures. Like, can you call those toys? Can you call those toys? Yeah, technically. Are they just super expensive toys? Yes. Is this anywhere near that price range? Or at least Rainbow High Fashion Doll. Not this one. Not that specifically. Rainbow High Fashion Dolls, regular ones. Are those anywhere near that price range? No. But also, I see them more along the lines of the big fancy schmancy sort of dolls that you can collect rather than regular playline stuff. There's a reason why we have such strong distinctions in the terminology, because they're different. But I'm going to crack this open and give it an honest to God review. Actually try to have myself some fun. Is it a good idea? Probably. The fact that you can color the hair too is actually a really cool idea. If my fingers get stained with a ton of this ink or whatever's in this marker, it's getting a 0. This is gonna be for kids. This is something they designed for kids. And if they can write on the walls, get to 0. Just saying. Okay, different angle because I needed both my hands. So we have her out of the packaging, which once again, perfect packaging on the shelf. Absolutely terrible to get it actually out, get everything out of the packaging. It doesn't look like there's anything, there's not like a ball that breaks things up in here. So I'm going to do 2 things. Number 1, oh, you can't put the back on the end. Number 1, let's see if you can draw on it. Just to make sure we don't need to sue them for false advertising. Wow, we can draw on it. Amazing. There it is. It does the thing it's advertised to do. Now, is this a cute idea? Yes, I love it. Because you can just like design your own clothes, and they even come with these little cardboard cutouts so that you can take it out and take the clothes off, put them on a table, and just draw on the clothes. You don't need to have them on the actual doll. So solid idea. I mean, if you wanted to color this entire thing red, that's a lot of work. But hey, parents are always looking for ways to make their kids entertained for multiple hours on end so that they can finally have a nap. I get it. That's fine. Whatever. Here's the thing I'm going to see. Can you draw on paper? Yeah, you can. It's just regular marker. It seems like it's just a regular alcohol marker. This is the instructions it came with. Now, I think what I really want to test out is how... Oh, it is not easy to draw on the hair. I want to test how easy it is to get it off of the clothes and the hair, specifically the hair, because it's an entirely different material. The purple looks blue. Purple just looks like a dark blue. It is incredibly hard to get a proper saturation on the hair. And what's fun is that it sort of kind of comes with a second outfit. Like it comes with a second shirt, which is just rainbow but different. And it comes with different shoes, which are just like big platform sneakers, and a little scrunchie. So before I see if I can actually easily wash any of this off, the big thing that I want to say is, it feels like Rainbow High is getting a little corporate. You're telling me you dedicated an entire season for the release and sale of this one gimmick toy. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with this whatsoever if it didn't take up an entire season of the show. That's really the part where that's actually making me upset. Is this a bad product? No. Is this a product that is gonna get people so hyped up that it's worth dedicating the entire show for? Definitely not. What is this, the 80s? This would have been cool if it was just one episode, but not the big finale of the whole thing. I feel like watching the entire season was a waste of my time, knowing now this was just a massive advertisement for this Christmas timed toy. Now with that being said, I'm gonna go ham on coloring the hair and the clothes, and I'm going to see how easy it is to wash it all off just so that I can say I did a proper review. Just like with literally any other doll of this kind or any other toy with this gimmick, yes, you can rinse it off, you can get it off. It isn't as easy as the instructions would make you believe. You're probably gonna want some harsh dish soap for this, and I have no doubt that probably the parents are going to be cleaning up the dolls rather than the kids. My one concern is, over a long period of time, is this going to damage the clothes? So if you're like a collector for this sort of thing and you want this just to be in your collection, the clothes are probably going to very, very quickly degrade and break down the more it's played with. So there may be a chance that this is going to be a toy that's sought after in the future, just because the actual components will break down and it'll be harder to find the bits and pieces. But other than that, easy to wash stuff off of the face, and the hair is not easy at all. I did not care for putting it on the hair. Putting it on the hair and taking it off the hair is not great. That's everything I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about this season in the comments below. Stay beautiful and keep playing.